guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I had my daughter, I had plenty of time on my hands. Plenty of time to do my grocery shopping, to leisurely shop online, to do all of my cleaning and have my house perfect and the way that I liked it. Basically, I had a lot of time. And I had the time to do everything that I wanted to do, as well as keep up with the demands of a busy life. Then I had my daughter, and the amount of free time that I had went way down. And now I just have very little time on my hands. Now I feel bad saying that because I only have one child, one daughter. And if any of you moms out there or dads or anyone has more than one kid, you're probably looking at me laughing because one kid is probably a breeze to you. But to me, having that one kid really significantly lowered my time. It was kind of a shock to my life. So I don't have as much free time to get what I need done. And I used to have all this time, and now my daughter takes up my time, and it's not really my time anymore. So in order to get the stuff done and be productive, I've had to implement a couple different systems into place so I'm not losing my mind and I'm able to get stuff done. It's not easy to balance a life of working full-time, which I do work full-time, and then take on everything that life throws at you, whether it's balancing your family, friends, a lot of different things, trying to balance it at all, as well as, trying to keep up a clean house and all of that comes along with that. I had a lot of people tell me before I had my daughter that when you have kids, you won't care as much about a clean house, or you won't have time to worry about your house being clean or keeping up with the certain activities that you like to do before you had her. And I can tell you from my point right now, and I don't want to speak too soon because I still, only have one child, I don't believe that. I think you can maintain your household. You can keep up with the activities that you used to do as long as you are organized and productive. So today I want to share with you the 5 things that I do in order to be organized, productive, and maintain my sanity before I add another child into all of this mix. So this is what I do. The first system I put into place is I started making lists. I'm a list maker. I love making lists, and I found that I'm just so much more organized when I have my list to go off of. I have a list at work that I really just keep on a simple Post-it note. I'll show you. So swipe this from work to show you guys, just pretty basic. I just list out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and put the tasks under each day. And then, it's great because I put it on there at the beginning of every week when I sit down on Monday morning. And then when I get into work each morning, I can focus on the day of whatever day of the week it is, and I know that's what I need to get done. So it just, I look at my week as a whole. What do I need to get done by Friday for work? And then I spread it out over the week and do the tasks each day, depending on how my schedule goes and how meetings fall and all of that. And I like it because, when I leave work, my mind shuts off. I try not to think about work. I know it's really hard to do, but I try not to think about work that much. So when I get into the office in the morning, I'm like kind of fuzzy, just still waking up, haven't had my coffee yet. And I can look straight down at the day of the week it is. Oh yeah, that's what I need to get done today. So I like the list for work. I just make on a basic Post-it because it just sits there in front of me on my desk. Now at home, I also make lists. I make lists for the household chores that I have to get done each day. Reminders like, can't forget to set out the ground beef for the tacos you're gonna make, or whatever it is. I have there's a reminders app on my phone that I'll use. I can show you actually right here. So a little reminders app that I can, you'll see, it's right, if it'll focus, right there, the white one. As you can see, I have one. So you just type in, I believe it comes on the iPhone, and I just type it in and I set an alert, a time, and then it goes off and it reminds me at that particular time. So, if Tuesday nights is when I clean the bed sheets, a lot of times, especially if I'm at work, I'm on my way home, I kind of forget what I have to get done that night. So when I walk in the door, the alert's going off, throw the sheets in the wash. So I love making lists, Post-its on your phone, whatever works for you. Make lists and divide it up throughout your week. Do a little bit each day, and you should be able to get it done each and every day. The second thing I really did once I had my daughter is, as I was bringing more and more stuff in for this newborn, I was like, I gotta get rid of a lot of that I did. I also, when I was pregnant, I think I went through that whole nesting thing. Like, that's a real thing. Like, it's not just something that people say. I went through this nesting phase where I just got rid of everything. I decluttered. So declutter and your life will just become a lot more simple, therefore easier and to get stuff done. So when I got rid of all of the extra stuff in my kitchen or all the extra stuff in my living room or closets, you know, it just makes everything look so appealing, and I know where to find things and where to go, and I don't have to rummage through things. I know where to go when I need something. So if there's something I don't use all the time and I need to look for something, I'm not like, where is it? It could be here, there. No, I always know where something is because I keep a pretty clutter-free house. And I think keeping a clutter-free house also helps have a less cluttered mind as well. So when I decluttered my house, I also found the space up here become not as cluttered, and becoming not as cluttered has also made me more organized and productive because I can focus on what I need to do and get it done. The third thing that I had to do when I had my daughter to be able to get things done was I started breaking up whatever I needed to be done. Whatever the task, the to-do list, I broke it up. So like I said before, I have my to-do list. I used to just, I didn't have to necessarily, I would have a list, but it didn't have to be broken up by a certain day, because I could spend uninterrupted hour or two shopping or cleaning, whatever it is that I needed to do. Well, now I can't do that, so I have to break things up if I want to get stuff done. So on Tuesdays I wash the sheets, Wednesdays I do a couple loads of laundry, Thursdays I clean our master bathroom and vacuum our upstairs area. So that's just an example. I break it up and I make have one or two tasks depending on the day, because I know that if I have one task, I really have no excuse not to get that task done. And I look at my week as a whole. If I know we have something going on, say my mom had a birthday last week and we were going out to dinner, so I wasn't going to be able to do what I needed to do on a Thursday night, so I had to rearrange whatever I typically do on a Thursday night to another day so I could get stuff done. And I just think breaking it up, you don't feel overwhelmed, you don't have this long list of things to do. So one or two things a day, set it out, and just focus on that each and every day, and don't think about the other things that you need to do until the following day. The fourth thing that I started really utilizing to help me become more productive and organized was my phone. So many people say, oh, we need to stop using our phones or relying on our phones as much, and I get that to a point. But I also am like, this is something I always have on me, so let's utilize it. Let's utilize it for the good. So I utilize this for my grocery lists. I like the chore list. I put my chore list on here, my reminders, recipes, everything I try to organize in here, because this is something I always have with me. Yeah, I don't typically run to the store during the week, but sometimes if I have a break, a lunch break or another break or whatever, and I want to run to the store and unexpectedly, I don't have to be like, oh, I don't have my list. No, my list is on here. Or when it's a random in the middle of the day, work day, and I realize, oh, I need to get this from the store next time I go. I don't have to try to remember to write it down. I just pick up my phone, because I always have my phone with me, and I add it to the grocery list app. There's a lot of different grocery list apps. It doesn't really matter. The one I use is just very basic, actually. You just type in what you want and it just lists it there. So that is great. I use actually that green with that little check mark right there. grocery list. I even use the Notes app, which I think is an app that just automatically comes on the iPhone, because I always have it there. I have recipes in there, or if I come across, YouTube videos and I hear of makeup that I want to try, a new mascara, a new blush, or whatever it is, I'm not going to remember it the next time I go to the store, so I just throw it into a note that says makeup that I want to try, and then it's there when I need new mascara. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to try that new one out. Or things I want to try at Costco or whatever it is, I throw on the notes app because it is always there. That reminders app, the one I had talked about previously, I like that. So for example, we have a birthday party coming up in a couple weeks after we go on vacation, and I knew things would get really hectic and crazy with vacation. So one day I had totally forgot about it, so busy with work and vacation planning, that it like popped in my head, oh, I need a birthday present for so and so. So I just put a reminder in my phone for 8:30 p.m. later that night. So at 8:30, which is after my daughter has already gone to bed, and I know that I can, if I set that alert, I can solely focus on it. It went off, and I knew I jumped online to look for a birthday present. So, if I thought about that in the middle of my workday randomly for whatever reason, I probably wouldn't have remembered it later on that night if I didn't add it to my reminders. So I love using that reminder list because I think we have so much stuff going on in our heads, whether it's for my daughter or work or my husband or my family or friends or whatever it is going on in here. And I have these fleeting memories, and I have to prioritize them, and it's really hard for me. So if I throw it in the reminder app, I can push it aside and I don't have to worry about remembering it later. And when you take all of these, making a to-do list, using those, your phone, breaking it up, all of that is great, especially when you map out your week. So that's my fifth and final tip of how I stay organized and productive. On Sunday night or Monday morning, I sit down and I look at my week. So I can plan out meals, I can plan out chores, I can plan out a grocery list, a coupon list, all of that. So I sit down, look at, okay, what's going on this week? Oh, I'm free. I happen to be free every night that week. Okay, well then I can list my chores and get 1 or 2 things done each night. So it'd be pretty simple. Okay, what's going on for dinner? What do we want to make? So then I'll meal plan that, and I can show you how I do that. I use this just piece of paper, so you can use something fancy online, or you can just use something like this. It says meal plan, it has the days of the week, and then it has breakfast, lunch, and dinner and all of that. So I just fill this out, and then I'll make my grocery list based off of that. And I like this because when I walk in the door, it's almost 5:30, I'm tired, I'm like trying to shake off work, and then I'm trying to get in mom mode, and oh, it's dinner time, we have to make dinner, what am I making? And I don't want to feel that like, oh, what do I have to make? So I like having my meals already planned. I get home, okay, it's Tuesday, oh, we're making tacos, awesome, great. And because of my reminder app, I've already set out the ground beef, it's defrosting in the refrigerator or whatever it is, so it's ready to go because I reminded myself that morning to set it out. So meal planning is huge, and like I said, I make that grocery list based off of that, so I always have the ingredients for my meals. And then you can also look at, okay, this is what I'm specifically getting, now what coupons do I have, and set those aside. Now, the other good part about meal planning ahead of time is you can get a look at your what you're eating and try to meet your nutritional goals. If you've watched any of my other previous videos on nutrition and how I eat, I do try to eat healthy most of the time. 80-20-ish is what I kind of say. So if I look at my, you don't have to necessarily look at it on a daily basis, look at it on a weekly basis. So we try to meet certain nutritional goals throughout the week and eat healthy most of the time. And by planning out your meals, you can do that. I really think that because of these tips, I'm always pretty productive. And I probably get more stuff done now than what I did before I had my daughter, because I don't have as much time. So when I do have time, I have to utilize it. And it's no, oh, I don't really want to do laundry tonight, I'll get to it tomorrow. No, because tomorrow I have to do something else. And just breaking it up makes it easier on me. I never really feel overwhelmed, and I get everything done that I need to. So I know I talked about a couple different apps that I use to stay organized and productive. I will list them down below. I'll try to find them, and if I can't find the specific app, I'll just explain what type of app I use and what I use it for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I like staying organized and productive, and I'm a much happier person and more relaxed when I'm organized and productive. So give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this type of topic. I can make more like it. Also, if you're interested, I can show you more specifically how I meal plan and how I set up my cleaning routine and break all of that up. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see something like that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.